So, at the time, I didn't know that Emerald and Ruby were both susceptible, that either of them were susceptible to slow. So I don't do these fights with Spiderweb. Because I didn't know that that was a thing. Oh, come on. So, and like, continuing that tradition... Yeah, I probably should have stayed down. So, like, this stuff, these fights can be cleaned up. But I'm gonna show them the way that I did them in 1999. So this is, we're using the controller, so we don't have materia. This was also my first ever playthrough of FF7. My first file. The source duping had not been discovered yet. Obviously. W-item, ordinary W-item duping had been discovered. However, I refused to use it because it's cheating. Oh, that's bad. So, like, that can happen, and, you know, it's less good. So this is actually kind of an unfortunate fight for us right now. Oh, we're doing this in active as well. Because why not? He's probably dead. Yeah, so we're just off on the wrong foot now. So I think Yuffie has 2 hero drinks. Yeah, so this is not going well at all. And I need to reapply Fury. Okay, that was really bad. Okay, so we're probably okay now. We can get out of this. Thanks for the follow, Lantern. So, we just need Fury again, and we're gonna be fine. Not in this playthrough, Dino, but I have done that. I have done both Emerald and Ruby without ever having used Materia. Okay, so... we're actually able to fight him again now. Finally. We're back on our feet. Oh, I'm also using ATB, not ATB, controller initial right now. Yeah, I was a high school kid, and these are the names I came up with for my first FF7 play. Yeah, he can use another hero drink. He's underpowered. Oh, so also all of these Mega Elixirs I farmed off of Master Tonberries because I refuse to cheat. At least, like, in the context of this kind of, like, not speedrunning sort of thing. You know, the old high school me refused to cheat. So that's all from, yeah, that's all from, Master Tonberry drops. And Master Tonberry drops means that you're giving up the attempts for elixir steals, and not stealing those elixirs slows down your materia growth, you know, by a lot. Okay, so this is almost. Come on. So close. There is your limit. So every time that I had a playthrough or every playthrough of this game, I renamed all the characters, and I always had them with different names each time. So I never reused the same name for Cloud, for example. But I always thought of him as Cloud. You know, I was never, like, confused by like, who anybody was. Okay, so file 11 on here is Ruby. So here, if I screw up, I can lose the fight. This is actually a bit more dangerous. Yeah, Ruby. heroes. Yeah. Oh. Oh, I didn't vaccine. So hopefully I have a remedy. We need... Okay, good. We have remedies. So we need to get a little bit lucky here. I was supposed to vaccine at the beginning of the fight. This is fine. We got him. Now we're good. Ba-ba-da. So basically, you're not allowed to give him 2 attacks in a row. If you don't give him 2 attacks in a row, then you win. So there was also AIM Tentacle. It wasn't just MSN. And do you remember ICQ? Okay, finally we can go on offense a little bit. So you either do 1 Omni Slash, or you do 2 normal attacks. So we're not using a spider web here, because I didn't know that you could do that. Oh, and I need to... Oh, this is gonna be a really slow fight. Yeah, this is gonna kind of suck. We can do this, though. We're not in Fury anymore. See if we can get back into Fury. But we're vaccinated, so it might not work. Yeah, it's not working. We kind of need to die in order to get that undone. But this fight also takes a while. He eventually runs out of MP, and then you get to attack him more because his spells don't hurt as much. Oh, actually, the dazers are easy to get. The dazers are fast. You can get them from bound fats really quickly. It's Steel Morph Drop from bound fat. The only annoying thing to grind for these was Mega Elixirs from Master Tonberry drops. Also, my hero drinks came from Chocobo Racing. Okay, this is bad. Okay, he's MPing me. This is fine. We survive. No, I did not have the Brady Games thing for quite some time. I eventually got it, like, as a collector's item. Bada, bada, bada. I had kind of a mini walkthrough thing from Game Informer, but there was a lot of stuff that was missing. Of course. So if he ever gets 2 attacks in a row, he can always kill you. Like, it's always possible for him to kill you. Because he has his HP Drain Tentacle can bring you down to like 5 or 10% hit points, and then he can follow that with a Ruby Ray, which always hits and does like 2,000 damage. So like that combination of attacks will kill you, no matter what. So like right here, for example, I had bad... I say we got really lucky that he counterattacks. Whenever you hit him and he's not paralyzed, he will do a counterattack. and then he will get his other attack in. And if his counter is the HP Drain Tentacle, followed by Ruby Ray, then you're dead. Yeah, Hundo's done. This is a Fundo now. It would be nice if I were still in Fury, if I didn't screw up the beginning of the fight. I should have spent like 5 seconds figuring out what I was supposed to do before I dove into the fight. So if he ends up killing me, then I'll do the fight properly next time. And it'll be a lot safer. And faster, too. Still have a brand new Brady Games? Almost. It could be sold in like new condition. Ba-ba-da. So that is what you don't want to have happen as a counterattack. The huge HP Drain Tentacle. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba, 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 ba. We had 69 dazers left. Okay, so this is gonna hurt. Oh, that's bad. I'm only going to do one attack now, because I think... I didn't get into the menu very quick. Okay, it would have been fine. Because, like, sometimes, and I'm not sure why, sometimes, you don't get 2 attacks, even when you appear to be weight tricking properly. Ba, 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 ba. I have Mistyle and Tetra Elemental. The Mistyle is why his spells usually miss. The Tetra Elemental is what's giving me regen against the fire attack. So I've also done, I mentioned earlier, but I also have done versions of these without ever having used materia, within No Materia playthroughs. Oh, okay, I fucked that up. I was talking too much. I went into my item menu again. We're getting pretty close. He's, like, probably about 80% dead now. This HP tentacle is really insistent. Simplest answer is that I was a high school kid. Whatever sounds cool. How did you come up with fucking Kuzel? A fucking Zookle. Yeah, Ruby is almost always easiest to do as a one-on-one fight. If you have any other players available, and he gets a turn, he can use Whirl Sand on a random target, and that's bad. So if you have other players out, you need to protect against Whirl Sand. He is easiest to fight solo. Yeah, Hades works too, but we're not using Materia. Oh, and Hades is way slower. FF7 100% is the only speedrun that I've done. Okay, so this is bad. Okay, we got the MP tentacle. That's fine. But if that had been an HP tentacle, then this could kill me right now. Like if it had been that. The HP tentacle cannot kill you in one hit. However, if you attack him when he's not paralyzed, he does a counter attack, and then he will attack you again. And if he follows his HP tentacle with a Ruby Ray, with this attack always hits for 2,000. So if you just got hit with the HP tentacle, then the Ruby Ray will kill you. So in order to be safe, you can never let him get 2 attacks in a row. Because he has a combination of those that will guaranteed kill you. So we're deep enough into this. So Whirl Sand removes your party members from battle. So you know how the Zalem can like kick a party member away and then the party member is gone? Peanut? That's what Whirl Sand does here. So if you get Whirl Sanded, you cannot be revived. You can't be Phoenixed or whatever. So you need to never get Whirl Sanded if you're going to do that kind of strat. Yeah, you should always start the fight with 2 dead people. Even if you plan on fighting with the full party. Okay. Okay, so that's Ruby. Now, let's do No Controller Ruby. So here's where things get easier on me, because I don't have to play anymore. Yeah, no controller next. So we'll no controller Ruby first, then we'll no controller Emerald. And then we'll do it again without Knights of the Round. Oh, I can actually go get a drink. No controller Ruby Knights, that's file 12. So I'm going to want to watch the beginning of this fight. Yeah, that looks about right. I'm going to want to watch the beginning of the fight. If he does the MP Drain Tentacle as his first attack, then it is possible for him to kill me. Otherwise, I basically win. But even if he does MP Drain Tentacle as his first attack, I can still pretty easily win. Here's the controller. Controller's going to go on top of the console. I have to press circle. There. It's not plugged in anymore, and it's on the console. So, all I really care about now is whether or not he's going to use the MP Drain. Because if he does, then he might win. Okay, we're good. He's starting with Ruby Flame. So here's Regen. Oh, I have 969 MP, which is pretty nice. When did I get a White Slim? Like a month ago. It's a 79k. Really sexy. Oh, 9969 damage. That was nice. Yeah, this is a no controller fight. No inputs from me whatsoever. This one's faster than the No Materia fight. I wouldn't know, B-Guy, because I don't play modern RPGs. So, if you read, like, critical commentary on Final Fantasy VII that was written recently, people complain, like, a lot. You know, people who should be considered full-grown adults complain a lot about, like, having to breed chocobos, and how, like, there's no way anybody could have figured out how to do this stuff, even though the game has a dedicated character, the Chocobo Sage, who specifically exists to tell you exactly how to do it. Yeah. The Chocobo Sage is there to tell you in painstaking detail what to do. So, that cast, the most recent cast of Knights of the Round, that worked with no MP usage. Oh yeah, you need 420 greens. But Dino, keep an eye on my MP. So that cost MP. Thanks for the spin, fucking Kookle? No, fucking Zookle. Thanks for the spin. Thanks for the 10 bucks, dude. Zookle. Alright. Yeah. Having that all lowercase is a little weird. So, is Eve Quest a new game? Isn't that like Eve Online and EverQuest combined in the same, into the same thing? Eve Quest? Hey, Captain Mats. Oh, so look in my channel points thing, Zookle. I'll mispronounce your username in exchange for 250 monetary units. The run was reasonably enjoyable. Diamond Sivy. Diamond Sivy. I get it. Nice name. I'm out of MP. Let's cast Knights for the round. Exactly. Oh, this one's easy. It's just zzz. Great username. How's it going, zzz? You've just got a palindromic zzz. Fucking Zookle. Really easy. Or is it Zookalele? Fucking Zookalele? Oh, we're doing no controller Ruby weapon fight. So I'm having the game kill Ruby weapon for me. I'm chain miming Knights of the Round as counterattacks, while also casting regen. How do I summon Knights with only 57 mana? By breaking the game, I guess. See if you can figure out how it works. If you've been paying attention, you can probably figure it out. But if you just got here, then it's going to be more difficult, especially if you didn't see the beginning of the fight. But we can cast Knights of the Round as a counterattack without using any MP. I'm not sure if it was a no reset PB or not. If it wasn't, it was really close. My other no reset PB was like it was 1840 something. Might have been 1840 even, or 1838 or whatever. It was really close to being my no reset PB. I think it's a few minutes slower. I'll do Emerald after this. And then I'll do them without Knights of the Round. Also no controller. So earlier, so before this, I just did Emerald and Ruby without Materia. You need a controller for that, though. And then after this, then I will do Final Fantasy VIII's Omega Weapon without Junctions, Invincibility, or the End. So, like, just defeating FF8's Omega Weapon straight up. No cheating. No Junctions, no cheating. So I won't do that live, but I have it on VHS, and I recently obtained a VCR, so I can play the fight back. So you need to plug the controller back in then. It's really important. That way you can stop reset. Okay, so No Controller Emerald, this is also a fast one. No Controller Emerald plus Knights is fast. That's file 14 on here. Oh, come on, Cloud. This way. Okay, so the real way that you no controller this guy is you get in front of him and you have him crash into you. You can take the controller out before you collide. Oh, come on, dude. You slammed past me. Okay. Serenity was caught by surprise. That's why you name her Serenity. So Emerald doesn't really have a chance against me. So I had one sneak attack there. At one point, I was doing some experimentation, and I set up some sneak attacks. I was not planning on, like, the actual thing that I wanted to test was my actual counter setup, but I inadvertently, accidentally killed him with sneak attacks. Like, every one of my sneak attacks activated. And I accidentally killed him before he could have a turn. It was kind of amusing. It was also kind of annoying, because because I didn't get to, like, figure out if the thing that I actually wanted to test was gonna work or not. There's normally a counter for the guy, unless you have the underwater materia equipped. So there's a 20-minute timer unless you have underwater, which takes away the timer. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. So the next fights after these, once you understand how these work, the next fights after these are going to be a little bit less interesting. And the Ruby Weapon one takes a really long time, about an hour. But if you hold on, well, actually, what do you guys prefer? I'll show you the Emerald Weapon, no Knights of the Round, no controller fight, and then you can decide if you want to see the Ruby Weapon, no Knights, no controller fight after, or if you want to see Omega Weapon, no junctions. And then I will still follow that with the Ruby fight. But the Ruby fight takes a while. Okay, so we'll do No Knights Emerald next. No Knights Emerald is a relatively fast fight. And then, or actually, do we have any votes to go straight to Omega? We could go straight to Omega. Is that a vote to go straight to Omega after this one, Otaku? Because if so, then you're 100% of the voting block, you know. But this also works without Knights of the Round. If you think about it, you can probably figure out really easily how you make this work without Knights. And then once you see it, you'll be like, oh yeah, of course that's gonna work. Yeah, so the next Ruby fight is about an hour. Oh, actually, it's about an hour and a half. My notes say that it was about an hour and a half. But the next Emerald one is not nearly as long. Okay, so the way that this works, you have magic counter followed by Knights of the Round, and that makes it so that when you get hit, you attempt to cast Knights of the Round. Whether or not you cast Knights of the Round doesn't matter. You will cast it if you have not used up your summon power. Like, you know, level 1 Knights can use it 1 time per fight. Level 2 Knights can use it 2 times per fight. That's the summon power. You'll eventually use that up, and then it won't work. But you still attempt to cast the spell. And even if you don't have the MP, magic counter will have you attempt the spell. follow that with a counter mime, and you will mime the spell that you just failed to cast. That is how you get a counter attack of a spell or summon in for 0 MP. So, right now, my guys still have MP here in this fight, but like in the Ruby fight, you know, if I had 100 MP and Cloud got hit, he would use magic counter Knights of the Round. It would fail because he didn't have enough MP to cast the spell, but then he would mime it immediately after that. And because he put that on the queue, or in the queue with magic counter, then he could counter mime it. The only issue is that if you have multiple counter mime setups in a row, only the first one works without using MP. The developers like figured out that this is potentially a problem, and they made it so that if you stack counter mimes in this way, that eventually they start to require MP. That's why in the first turn for the Ruby fight, I was able to get 4 casts of Knights of the Round on the first turn, and then after that it was just 1 cast of Knights of the Round. On the first turn it's magic counter Knights of the Round. Counter mime, this one always works for free, and then 2 more counter mimes. But these ones only function on the first turn because they need MP. And by the time that's done, you have about 200 or so MP left, so you don't have enough MP to be able to cast it naturally, and you can only do the first, only the first counter mime is active. However, in that Ruby fight, as you spend the time to try to cast Knights of the Round, you are regaining HP with regen, so that's still beneficial. And then the way this fight works, he uses Emerald Beam on you, and then you just obliterate him with counterattacks. And if he does kill Cloud, so you see how Cloud has HP MP switch? Cloud has a pool of basically infinite MP in this fight. He cannot run out of MP. He only has 999 HP though. But the Emerald Beam attack cannot kill you. It does a percentage of your HP. And when he does that to your party, you just throw Knights of the Round back at him. Cloud is set up here so that if he gets killed, he will final attack with Phoenix. And even if Serenity and Sid die, Cloud is always going to be able to bounce back. So this is just a really long chain of counter mimes. So I've also done, since I did this, I've done several other, variations on these. But these are, the main things that I used to be known for, back in the day with FF7. Alright, take care, JJ. I've got to go to bed soon, too. At some point. At least I don't have to play the game anymore. Okay. There's Emerald. And then once you see Emerald, no Knights, you'll immediately understand what's going on. But thankfully the fight doesn't take that long. No controller, no Knights. Was the run a success? Yeah, I think so. We sub-19'd. I think we didn't no reset PB. We failed to no reset PB by like 5 minutes, I think. But it was a reasonable effort. So this is no controller, Emerald, and no Knights. So now we're doing Emerald and Ruby kills. And then we're gonna do an Omega kill after this one. Oh, so we get some new character names here. Now we have Emily and Lord Zal. So it's pretty easy to figure out what's happening in this fight. Lord Zal is Barret. You weren't asking who Amir Soth was. I think a fictional character. Or a fictional character with, like, Lord in front. Same with Amir Soth. So this is using the magic counter followed by counter mime setup. Oh yeah, Emily's just is just a fictional character as well. Kappa. So this is actually faster than Knights of the Round, I think. Now we get to do a bunch of counters. So magic counter, full cure. Followed by counter mime. So all of the counter attacks and then magic counters activate first, and then the counter mimes activate at the end. So now Amir, Soth, Emily, and Lord Zal are all gonna, in that order, cast full cure for free. And this would work if they had 0 MP. Like, they don't need MP for this. So they will always respond to getting hit with their counter attacks, and then full cure for 0 MP. And that's the same way that the Ruby weapon fight works. The Ruby weapon fight, however, takes an hour and a half because his defense is so high. And Tifa is set up here to have few enough materia that she will not get killed by Ire Tom Storm if it ever happens. Normally it doesn't happen, but she can't get killed by it because she doesn't have a ton of materia. That's why she's only counterattacking twice. I think she has 7 materia. 2 counterattacks, magic counter full cure, counter mime, and a single HP plus. And Tifa's damage is going to go up over the course of the fight as her limit bar fills. She has the premium heart here. I'm starting to feel kind of tired now. Like it's getting to me. Thankfully, the Omega fight isn't that long. Well, you see, the thing is I'm not playing FF7 anymore. So, like, there's no constant source of adrenaline. So, Dimensive, what I think you're trying to ask for what I think you want is all materia mastered, including underwater, in the first reactor, right? You want mastered Knights of the Round, you want a set of master materia, before Barrett joins the party, right? Oh yeah, and without cheating. I only drink hero drinks, Peanuts. Oh yeah, so we can one-shot Emerald Overflow glitch, in the first reactor before Barrett joins the party. This is actually good. We want her to take damage and fill her limit bar, so she hits harder. Da, da, da. Dream died for you? That's unfortunate. Are you trying to say you're not excited anymore? Overflow one-shot glitch. You can do enough damage. You can do enough damage to, basically... So, I don't know, like, what's a good way to put this? I'm kind of too tired to come up with, like, a good way of stating it. But put simply, Tasuk, if you do enough damage, if you land an attack that is powerful enough, you can glitch the enemy's HP. So like the enemy's HP is like out of bounds, so to speak, or like, you know, gets read as negative or something along, you know, something kind of along those lines. A couple of characters are capable of doing that. Barrett is capable of doing that, depending on what the enemy is. Using the missing score if it's loaded up with Knights of the Round materia. And Vincent is capable of doing that with the death penalty if he has enough kills. But it takes a long-ass time to get him enough kills. So the death penalty does damage based on the number of... or it powers up based on the number of kills that Vincent has obtained. And there's sort of no limit to that. So you can make him, like, theoretically almost infinitely powerful. And you can make him powerful enough to break enemies by hitting them one time. Did I answer your question? If it's related to energy drinks, no, I didn't answer it. But also, I don't drink energy drinks. So we're almost out of MP now, but it doesn't matter because we can keep casting full cure without MP. And once you understand how this works, Ruby Weapon is the same thing, only it takes an hour and a half. Because his defense is way higher than Emerald's. For Ruby Weapon, I have Barret do counterattacks, followed by Magic Counter Full Cure Countermine. And I have his missing score loaded up with as much AP as I can, without any of that AP coming from Knights of the Round, because this is a no Knights of the Round fight. So basically, I use magic counters because they max out at 300k HP, or 300k AP. So he has magic counters in his weapon, just for AP purposes, when he fights Ruby. But now she hits hard. She hits hard because her limit bar is finally full. So I can keep full curing without MP. Like, forever. Pa 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 pa. Para 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 pa pa para. Para 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 para. So he cannot use Iron Tom anymore. And if he does use Iron Tom, it doesn't matter because he can't kill Tifa with it. Tifa only has 7 materia. Okay, so there's Emerald. So it's going to take a little bit. It's going to be kind of complicated to set up the VCR. I'm gonna have to like switch from S video to like just switch away from. Have I done all 7s against Emerald? Not really. I never really abused the all 7s thing. I never really made a save file that was designed to be able to instantly activate all 7s. I just never found it that consistent. Or, like, you know, worth the effort. It's easier to just, like, kill them straight up. Oh, you gotta plug the controller in. It works better that way. Okay, so we are going to go now. We could even set up Darkan. That is a VCR. Can you see the tape in it? Yeah, so we have a VCR. 3 poggers. Sound. Okay, this is our menu. We're not going to select a language, we're just going to push the thing in. Hopefully sound is going to be fun. I think this works if you just push in a thing. Should just play. Okay, and then we gotta hope that sound is fun. Sound good? Sound looks single channel. We have... So... Yeah, single channel audio right now. Okay, that was the one that was working. Is that dual channel? No. So we're gonna have to go back to the beginning of the... Is that dual? Okay, there's dual. Okay, so we're gonna stop. So audio should be okay now. We're gonna rewind. So what I was showing at the beginning there was actually kind of important. So I show that I'm fully unjunctioned. Okay, we lost... We lost dual channel again. I think it's just this cable is crap. Okay, now we got it. So I'm unjunctioning everybody. Irvine, Zell, and Quistis. This is the battle party. Quistis has Diablos right now, just for encounter none, and that's gonna be removed before the fight. So you have to ring this bell in order for Omega to appear, and then you switch to the other party. The Zell, Irvine, Quistis party is the party that is gonna do the fight. This was done less than a year after FF8 was released. So basically, we're going to get up to Omega. We're going to see him. So there's that countdown timer. That's how long he's going to be available to fight. And we need to remove Diablos. Okay. Party is completely unjunctioned now. And hopefully audio is okay for you guys. Okay, audio's cool. Good. Yeah, this is VHS, Strider. I recorded this over 20 years ago. So, look in the corner, you see the 365, now 351. See, I was actually reasonably okay at using Zell. This is alternating between Punch Rush and Booyah, which are the two easiest ones to input. And some of the things that I do on this tape are like 3/100ths of a second. So that was horrible right there. That was like 1/3 of a second. That was also really bad. There was 1/4 of a second. So that was awful. Like that last second I just totally pissed away. So L5 death misses because I'm L99. You don't let yourself get to L100, because then this kills you, and there's no way you can stop that unless you're Junction. What's happening? We're doing No Junction Omega. We're playing back a tape of me having done No Junction Omega 20 years ago. Now we put him in Vitality 0. No, this is just VHS. Okay, so we got 1170, 51. So I can average 0.2 pretty easily. So that was just really horrible. Okay, but that was decent. That was like 1/10 of a second. Yeah, Irvine is just absurd. So right there, I just blew like a couple seconds. So now I'm getting the hang of it. Oh, and then I blew another second. But you can theoretically hit this guy, like, pretty much unlimited times if you are quick with your inputs with Zell. So that was good. When you're under 1/10 of a second, you're doing good. And the VHS, like, quality is... okay. Temporarily, it looked like it was getting better. So there, 5/100ths of a second. This is fast ammo. That's his good attack. So, I was not expecting this. I was not expecting to have an extra turn here with Quistis, where I would be able to do offense. I'm obviously in A to B weight right now. But I was not at all expecting to have the opportunity to Shockwave Pulsar. I almost did not learn Shockwave Pulsar before this fight, because I thought the possibility of using it was going to be so faint. get in a rhythm with Zell, and you just crush everything. He's excessively OP. It's like 1.4 something million, I think. Why not the end? Because we're not cheap. We win our fights straight up. We don't cheat. Same reason we run no slots instead of slots. So some of these are actually pretty good. Some of these inputs. I can pretty easily get about 15 hundredths of a second. 15 to 20 hundredths. Alright, take care, Night Strider. Okay, so I think here I got another one. Oh, okay, I did. So there's one where... Yeah, so this is a VCR, lubrication. Oh yeah. A task doing this is gonna be, like, completely insane. So a task would be able to use the advanced techniques, too, and not just right, left, and circle X. So I'm not certain, but I thought at the time that that dark ammo was the next fastest of Irvine's ammo types, or it seemed to at least be not slower than any of the others. So that's what I would use after fast ammo's gone. So now we need to get ready for Megiddo Flame. His next attack, Omega Weapon's next attack, hits for 9998. So right now, Quistis and Irvine are able to survive it, but if it hits Zell, it would kill him. The attack is called Megiddo Flame. So, Omega Weapon's weakness, basically, is that he has a scripted fight pattern, or a scripted pattern of attacks. Like, he always opens with L5 Death, and then, like, some other stuff, and like Ultima, and then Meteor, and whatever. And what's going to come next is going to be Megiddo Flame, which hits everybody for 9998. And then he uses Gravasia, and then he uses Terra Break, and Terra Break is extremely OP. Gravasia is not a problem when you have one hit point, because, you know, it's gravity-based. But if you don't kill him before Terra Break, then in the context of a fight like this, then you're gone. So basically, to win a No Junction fight against Omega, you absolutely need to kill him before Terra Break. If you have everybody with max HP, you will still die. So that was 0.05 of a second there. Okay, we've got 0.06 left, and then I get to 0.03, so that was cool. I had 0.06 of a second left in my timer, and I got another attack in at 0.03. And now, Zell is in, so my whole party is in regen, and Zell just got up to 9999 HP immediately before Megiddo Flame. So I planned this fight in advance. We are now safe. From this point forward, his next attack will hit for 0 damage, and then the attack after that will kill me. So I need to kill him before he does 2 more attacks. And at this point in the fight, I knew that I had done enough damage that by the time that this thing with Zell, this limit break was done, that I would have won. So I was massaging my hand there. But I knew at that point that the fight was over. Okay, so we lost dual channel audio. Now it's back. So I think it's just these cables. This set of composite cables I like replace with ones that are less bad. So I'm pretty sure he dies at the end of this attack, at the end of this limit break. And I've done, like, significant excess of the necessary damage. He's at, like... He has, like, 1.45 million hit points, and I do about 1.55 million. And also, my party is in total offense mode from this point forward. Or, like, you know, if I needed to do more damage, I could do a massive amount of additional damage before he would kill me with Terra Break. Yeah, that's it. GG. Yeah, so that's No Junction Omega. No Invincibility or the End either. And then I show my my stuff again. I show that I'm fully on junction. Even the characters in reserve are on junction. And it took 93 hours to set up that file. The playthrough for that was made specifically to set up that fight. Okay, gotta be kind. Now we can go back to FF7. I'm gonna set up the no controller, Ruby, no Knights of the Round fight, and then I'm gonna get like a glass of wine. It sounds really makes when you rewind with it, starts out sounding okay, but then it shifts to like grinding. I don't know if it's destroying my tape or not. The important thing is that I just like played back the tape. So if it gets destroyed now, we're okay. Like I have it in digital form. Oh, I have to turn this down. This is gonna deafen you. Got Chocobos down to an hour. It was longer than that. In the future, it will be less than an hour. In the future, less than an hour consistently is probably going to be a thing. So Peanut, I had no idea that there were going to be like amazing capture devices, so you wouldn't have to run your like antenna signal through a VHS in order to record your gameplay. Okay, so no controller. The file 13 is no controller, Ruby, no Knights. So this takes about an hour and a half. So I'm gonna get a drink. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now I get the next hour and a half off. So, I'll be back shortly. Oh, I just realized you can't see that I'm not using the controller. Gotta go back to being the PS2 cam again. There. Let's also get the... So one of the problems is that Eric can just miss. One of the annoying things about this fight, and there isn't really anything you can do about it. Here's everybody. So how is it going? Are you enjoying the stream? So Peanut, there is a version of this fight where I set up a W item, X potion Stardust, and then countermine that, and then you continually use X potion Stardust, and when you mime an item use, you don't lose the item, so that can go on infinitely. So, and like a cast of Stardust, because it's an item, you don't get bonus from your magic stat. You do like 200 or 300 damage to him per use of Stardust. And so what you do is leave it on for like 2 days. You set up the counter mime loop with X Potion Stardust, and then come back a couple days later and Ruby's dead. So I did that. Because why wouldn't I? Hey, Dubai. And when you're used to fights like that, then an hour and a half here is really nothing. But, like, the X Potion Stardust thing is essentially exactly the same as what we see right here, only way the fuck slower. Where, in response to every hit, you fully heal yourself and do a minuscule amount of damage. Okay, so the next thing that's on the list of stuff to do that was earned or redeemed for or whatever in the subathon is getting my wife to do a playthrough of FF7. I'm gonna have her play through, like, finish Resident Evil first, and then FF7's next after that. Getting her to stream in the short term is going to be kind of difficult because of, like, family emergency kind of stuff that has happened recently that people in my Discord know about, but I don't want to go into detail for this. She knows about it, Milkman. the agreement was that I would gently force her to, and she accepted the responsibility of being gently forced to play FF7 on stream. Like, I ran the idea past her first, before just deciding it was going to be a sub-goal. Oh, so, Dumai, are you Brazilian? For some reason, the fact that there are a lot of, like, Brazilians on Twitch, at least Brazilians watching FF7 stuff on Twitch, came up earlier. And, the only Brazilian streamers I could think of were you and, I don't know how it's pronounced, but, like, Felwanger. A Brazilian guy who does, FF7 Remake and, FF7 PC any percent. Or, like, FF7 PC. But apparently, like, there are a lot of Brazilian viewers. And only or for FF7 at least, and only a couple, streamers that I know of. So is Pora another one? Oh, you know him in real life. Okay, so apparently Brazil is a small place. 220 million people there, and you know the other FF7 streamer. Oh, I just saw your question. Zzz. I do not have an Ungermax MIME save file. I assume you mean something along the lines of using Ungermax and then having a bunch of counter mimes. Oh, is that Poha? Is that how you spell Poha? Because I know Mahida and Poha. Like, those are the words I know in Portuguese. I'm probably gonna get cancelled now. So, my wife is Brazilian, which is how I know those words. And I also know how to say that things are cute and fluffy. And inho. So apparently, outside the country, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is a big deal. But inside the country, Judo is apparently, like, bigger. At least in the region my wife is from. My wife is from the north, she's from Pernambuco. And, like, there's more Judo training available than there is, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Why does Barrett miss a lot? Because Ruby has really high evasion. That's the simple answer. Yeah, I was, like, as an outsider, I was expecting Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to be way more popular than Judo, or any other martial art. But apparently Judo is, like, the thing. So, like, I lived there for a few months, and there was Judo stuff all over the place. I don't know what word you're trying to say, Bruno Stefano. Hopefully you're talking about capybaras, because they're really fucking cute. Oh, okay. You're not talking about the beautiful, cute rodent capybaras. Apparently this is another martial art. So sad. Okay, I'll put my capybara away. Oh, if you guys want any further evidence that, like, I'm married to a Brazilian. So my wife is from the city where this is made. So, like, the P2 distillery is, like, a short drive from her house. I went there, which is how I, like, have this. So it's like an hour-ish west of Recife. And, like, I've been to the gift shop and stuff, and you can see, like, the sugarcane they use. And, like, you know, buy their good shit. Yeah, it's okay. It's extremely humid. And that takes a long time to get used to. You've been to Kentucky? Okay, with a username like Lubrication, I totally believe you. Fazendo is either making or it's farm. But I don't know. Fazendo is either, like, the root for that is either making or farm, depending on context. Fazenda is farm, Fazendo is making. Okay. So I don't know the other two words. So there are a lot of crabs in Recife. I assume that Baja is some sort of food thing that involves those crabs. Exercise where you do pull-ups. Crab making pull-ups. Okay, are we talking about, like, mutant crabs? Or, like, how big are these? Can these things eat you? Because this sounds kind of like a horror movie right now. Okay, apparently everybody here is Brazilian. I'm not learning Portuguese. However, there is a Portuguese, like, Brazilian slang, informal patch that can be applied to the FF7 ISO. And my wife has been kind of encouraging me to play FF7 in Portuguese. And since I have the script, like, basically memorized, all I would need is for her to be over my shoulder and give me the pronunciations. And then I would be fine. Hold on a second. Let me know when you're ready, Bruno. Let me know when you're ready and I'll permit you. So, have you heard of this patch yet? Have you heard of what I'm talking about? It's a patch of FF7 NA in Brazilian slang Portuguese, and everything that I've heard about it, like from actual Portuguese people, say that, oh my god, this is extremely Brazilian. Like, this isn't real Portuguese. This is, like, super slang, totally Brazilian. So it might be kind of interesting. Okay, so I just moused over this, and I see all of the Ks, so that's definitely Brazilian laughter. Oh my god! That is awesome. That is amazing. So is it like trying to show off? Like, what's it doing? Okay, so one of its arms fell off, and it's still going one-armed. That's amazing. Yeah, flexing for the girl crabs. We met at a concert in London. So, you may notice that, whenever I stream, I'm wearing some kind of, music shirt, usually a metal shirt. We met at some metal concerts in London. He was a foreign exchange student in Bristol at the time. So basically, music got us together. Crab is totally ridiculous. How did it get up there? Also, where in Brazil is this? Ba-da, ba-da, ba-da. So speaking of CRISPR and giant crabs, lubrication, check this out. Anyone know how hard it is to make a PAL PS2 play NTSC? I think it's pretty hard. Oh, actually, there's a workaround. It fairly recently discovered workaround. So, look into what's it called? Mechapone. This is a way. So Mechapone is a recently discovered or recently developed tool that can be used to basically rewrite the BIOS on a PlayStation 2. And you can use that to convert a console back and forth between PAL and NTSC. It is recent enough that, to my knowledge, there haven't been any rulings about whether or not it's okay to use that as a speedrun console. But for casual play, it should be fine. But definitely, like, learn a lot about it before you try to do it, because you literally are editing code inside your PS2 when you do so. And it should be reversible, but, you know, all bets are off when you're, you know, when you're editing your console at that level. I plan to do that to one of my consoles, but I also have, like, a stack of consoles, so if I lose one, it's not gonna, like, change my career. Oh, absolutely, it's classy. Oh yeah, so if you can get a PAL 90K for that cheap, and it works, then go ahead. So Dino, the Brunswick thing, you need a PSX for that. You need an actual PlayStation, not a PS2. At least to the best of my knowledge, you need an actual PlayStation. So, like, when I did the FF7J run, that was on a 9K PSX. For that reason. However, that was before Mechapone was developed, / discovered, whatever. So, in the future, like, next time I do that run, I'm either going to do it on a Japanese console outright, or I will do it on a Mechapone console. So, some people have asked, so I'll look it up. How far behind my no reset PB am I here with the 1844? Like, I have that around somewhere. Okay, so 1837 is my no reset PB. That was my birthday run. So we are 7 minutes behind it. Which is really not that bad. No, yeah. 1837 is my no reset run, PB. 1747 is WR. But when I do no reset runs, I don't compare against WR because it's totally not a fair fight. That WR took like 2.5 months of grinding to get a single complete run. I have heard of it. I have not played any of them. I own Trails in the Sky 1 through 3 on PC. And I will obtain... so basically, I plan on playing those before I get any of the others. But I expect that I will also do the Trails of Cold Steel at least. But I'm going to do Trails in the Sky first. I own all 3 Trails in the Sky games. So, like, I'm aware that they're very, very well regarded. I also need to play, what is it, Legend of Dragoon. I have not done a first playthrough of yet. Like, I'm expecting to speedrun it. Basically just, off of how well regarded it is. Like, everybody loves it. So, probably I will end up speedrunning it. But I need to I still need to, like, play it casually first. Should I try any percent of this game? I'm not at all interested in any percent for FF7. First of all, I'm just not interested. And also, even if I was kind of interested, I actually, like, care about Hundo. And if I were to practice anything in FF7 that isn't Hundo, anything like speedrun in FF7 that isn't Hundo, what you end up doing is creating muscle memory that is bad. You create muscle memory where you, like, run past things that you need to pick up that you don't get. Like, Caleb, for example, is extremely good at any percent no slots. But because of that, largely because of that, his Hundo runs commonly miss things because, like, his any percent muscle memory kicks in, and he'll, like, not pick up Morph, for example. Or he'll not get the 4th bracelet, or whatever. And I really don't want that to happen to me. But even aside from that, I just am not interested in running any percent no slots. What interests me in playing FF7 is exploring things that haven't been explored before, doing things that haven't been done before, and Hundo is the category for that. There are so many people who are working on any % no slots, and it's so well optimized already that there's not that much left that can be extracted from it. At my core, I am not a speedrunner. At my core, I am a routing person. Like, most of the streams that I do are, like, testing load times on consoles, or testing various things that nobody else will bother to test. And that's, like, what I find interesting. You know, I want to keep pushing things in interesting ways. Basically, within the speedrunning world, 100% is where it's at, if that is what you are into. So somehow I still have, like, 3/4 of my viewers from when the Hundo ended. Even though we're doing, like, the really slow fight. Even though we did FF8 for a little bit. I'm starting to think I might even, like, have people who watch me because, like, they enjoy my streams, not just the content directly. Hey, Jito. Probably a couple hours ago, 2 or 3 hours ago, we've been doing, weapon kills. We've been doing the, handicapped weapon kill stuff. We got an 1844, and then we killed Emerald and Ruby without materia, and then we've been doing no controller kills. No, it's about an hour behind a world record. WR is 1747. But for a no reset run, it's alright. This run had a crude form of chocobo racing manipulation in it. And we almost lost more time trying to get the manipulation to work than we saved by getting the manipulation to work. But we got it. Like, a human can do it. No, my WR from before was like 2.5 months of grinding with lots of, like, when a run would die at chocobo racing, I would, you know, I would end the stream, then try again the next day. Yeah, so lubrication, when a band that I'm really into tours Europe, I will tour Europe with them. When they tour the United States, I will tour the United States with them. That's how you get to see, like, your favorite bands, dozens of times. So, Entropy, it sounds like that was probably the best year of your life, right? No, not a trust fund baby. Just very careful about how I spend my money. So even to this day, so like here's a way to explain it, kind of. Even to this day, I do not have a smartphone. Like, everybody on the planet except me has a smartphone, and I don't, because I don't want to pay for it. I would rather go see My Dying Bride in London. Nope, not kidding. My wife has a smartphone. I have a car. So that's what our household has. One car and one phone. Hey, Blue Harvey. Yeah, so it's okay. So this is... It's not, like, super amazing. It's about an hour behind world record. WR is 1747. But for a no-reset run, I've had a couple no-reset runs below 19 hours now. So that's cool. This run had a crude form of chocobo racing manipulation in it. Yeah, for no reset, this is really good. My no reset PB is 1837. And this is like 7 minutes behind it, which is not bad at all. So since you are... Since you're into, like, really long runs... So let's look over these splits. You might notice something. You'll notice, Blue Harvey, that my times are really consistent. Yeah, there are a lot of them. But, like, this is 2 minutes behind, 2 minutes behind, 2 minutes behind, 2 minutes behind, 3 minutes behind, a minute ahead, 2 minutes ahead, a minute ahead. So, like, for the first 6 hours and 45 minutes of the run, I was within 1 or 2 minutes either way of the previous run. That is that's pretty good consistency. And then for Big Shoes, there was a time save here, and now we're holding at 11 minutes ahead. I build that up to about 12 minutes ahead, 13, 11, 12, so we're in that range. And then Chocobo Racing hits, and then then we're at 135. We stay at about 135 for a long, long, long time. For a long, long, long time. Go Plus and EXP Plus, so I didn't have enough GP because I just didn't get very much GP in Chocobo Racing, and that's where the time loss is from here. That puts us to 116, and we had some good RNG to 121, and we hold at about the 120 for a long time. Long, long, long time. And then we finish at 120. So you see, there are some big RNG points, but aside from those, my play is really consistent with itself. Like, really consistent from run to run. And that's a result of this route being very consistent. So basically what that means is if and when I get the RNG that I want, then I get a good time. So Entropy, we are doing a no controller fight against Ruby Weapon. No inputs from me have been performed in the fight. This is entirely counterattacks that Barrett is doing. That's why we have the controller over there. The materia setup here is 6 counterattacks, then magic counter full cure, then counter mine. Barrett doesn't have any MP left, so he cannot cast full cure. However, the magic counter full cure link makes him try to cast it, and then he will fail. But then counter mime will successfully cast it. So like full cure right here, that failed because he didn't have MP. But now he can mime it. And because of that, he will always do a free full cure after getting hit. So it's 6 counterattacks and then free full cure. Yeah, Ruby will eventually die. He's most of the way dead. Oh, and Blue Harvey, that works for every spell. So, you can make the same thing work for, like, Knights of the Round and stuff like that. So, this is, like, what I did. So, this was... I originally, like, discovered this, a couple years after FF7 was released. This was, like... This is a 20-plus-year-old save file I have right here. I originally did this in 1999, which was like the land before emulators or like any good, reliable information about the game on the internet. Is there a way to get the best deals on concert tickets or some other loophole you found? The biggest loophole, lubrication, is credit card churning. So if you have good credit and if you are financially responsible, you can open credit cards and get sign-up bonuses and then use those for free flights. And you can make your travel virtually free. Concert tickets themselves, you will have to pay for, but flights and hotels can be made virtually free, or like, you know, almost free, if you are careful and responsible and have good credit. That's the biggest loophole, and I've extracted tens of thousands of dollars from credit card sign-up bonus stuff. You know, tens of thousands of dollars worth of, like, free flights / hotels, etc. Yeah, basically you take the bonus and run. Pretty much. Unless you have, like, a really good angle. So normally you don't cancel the credit card. Normally you convert the credit card to a version of the credit card that does not have an annual fee. So, like, the Chase Sapphire Reserve is one of the better examples of this. So when the CSR originally came out, it had a 100k bonus, which, even if you just took the value of the points booked through Chase Ultimate Rewards, you know, travel, whatever thing, that was worth $1,500. Yeah, 1k cash or 1.5k travel booked through the Chase travel agency. So that was the best sign-up bonus that ever happened. But there are others that are pretty good too. And a lot of the real value is in airline miles. If you know exactly what you want to do, and you know, like, what is available at your local airports, and where you want to go and stuff, you can find... So, for the most part, redemptions are crap, but you can find extremely good redemptions, depending on your specific needs. But basically, it's a giant game. But it is a game that can be extremely profitable. Now, for the most part, people lose this game, which is why it is extremely profitable. Okay, so this has been like an hour-plus long, or like multi-hour demonstration of loopholes right here, right? No controller loopholes. Yeah, you need to be extremely disciplined. If you aren't, then you will end up losing way more than you were planning on winning. A good analogy would be to professional gambling. You know, advantage play. So let's say you're a blackjack card counter or a really good poker player. You know, something like that. If you slip up, then you will lose way more than you were going to win. If you're a poker player and your skills erode, you will lose way more than you were going to win. You don't actually need luck in poker, not in the long run. You need to be better than your opponents. And if you're playing with a rake, then you need to be able to beat the rake. But it's... like, poker is maybe not a good analogy because you're playing against other people, but like with blackjack, you're sort of playing against yourself, sort of playing against the casino. Like, blackjack is a better analogy. You can think of the banks that offer the credit cards as the casino, because they don't like you. They want idiots to come in, and, like, get the credit cards and go crazy. They don't want someone who actually knows what they're doing. You can draw heat from credit card companies. It's pretty rare. Usually when it happens, it's from US Bank or Amex. I've gotten questioned from Chase, but not harshly. There are ways that you can, like, disguise your spending to kind of go under the radar, and it's very analogous to how you need to behave if you are a blackjack advantage player. Yeah, the Amex Platinum. At one point, they had a 100k bonus on the Amex Plat. It was by accident. It was a leaked link for a 100k bonus that was publicly available, and everyone who signed up for that got wrecked. Like, that's how you got under their microscope, is if you used this leaked link. That was like 5 or 6 years ago. It got leaked over Thanksgiving. Yeah. You know what? If I say over Thanksgiving, then you probably know what I'm talking about, right? 5-ish years ago on Thanksgiving. 100k bonus. Everybody got wiped out. I didn't get in on it, so I'm safe. Yeah, so lubrication. Conveniently, I have a business now. I'm a Twitch streamer. So it's getting, Jito, it's getting harder and harder. So I've never actually played blackjack in a casino. I just understand, like, how the game works. And I learned how to do it on my own. But from what I understand, you either need to, like, travel the United States and spend, like, 1 or 2 days at each casino, like, blanketed across the entire country. Or you need to, like, specialize in states that have legal protections, or, like, you know, that have state law that defines the blackjack rules and prevents things like continuous shuffle machines. The continuous shuffle machines are death. They completely end the game. And also blackjack that has what is it, 1.25 to 1 payout, or like 1.5. Like there's, if they gimp the payout on the blackjack, you know what I'm talking about? Blackjack's supposed to pay. I don't know. Okay, I've been up for a while, but isn't it supposed to pay 2 to 1? And if it pays like 1.5 to 1, then basically you're fucked. Or it's 1.5 is what you're supposed to. Yeah, 1.5 is what you're supposed to get. But some casinos do like 1.25 or like 1.2 or something, and that completely obliterates the math. That makes it basically impossible to win. Like you need to be like count insanely high, like super insanely high. In order to beat a 1.25 X for a natural game. It's effectively impossible. And that's, like, impossible, like, theoretically, even if you could do whatever you wanted at the table without being detected. Oh yeah, so lubrication, that is, for most people, for probably everyone, that is the best use of a casino. You go into a casino and they're going to have really good restaurants. The restaurants are there to pull you in, to try to get you to gamble. So when I was a kid, poker was extremely easy to beat. Nowadays, all the poker players are really, really good. Like, everybody knows advanced strats now. So finding fish is far more difficult. But, like, pre-Black Friday, poker was super easy. Yeah, so I have almost no experience. So back when I was interested in poker, when I was sort of actively interested in poker, the only casinos that I had any sort of access to only offered limit, and I don't know how to play limit, and I understand that I don't know how to play limit. So whoever I would be against would need to be, like, excessively bad to be worse than me. No, I don't flip watches. You need a PS2? But basically, for Hold'em, I only really know how to play No Limit. And also, I only really know how to do tourneys. So, like, back when home game tournaments were popular, that was where I made my money. You know, tournaments of, like, 15 to 30 people, like, in some guy's house. Those were nice. Of No Limit Hold'em. But, like, way back then, you know, pre-Black Friday, everyone was freaking terrible. It was fantastic. It was beautiful. So, that was one of the things I did for money back then. Now... yeah, I don't... If I were ever to play, it would be live. It would certainly be live. And I would want to be confident that my opponents were worse than me. So one of the problems with trying to catch Bitcoin early is that it's obviously, like, fake money. And so, you know, if you got rich on it, you probably shouldn't have, because it was, you know, it was a bad idea to do that. There are other things that I got in on early that I won't get into. That, you know, obviously do not have the astronomical gains of Bitcoin or crypto in general, but have a far more solid, like, theoretical base. Ba-ba-da. No, I did not. I am not in the business of buying, selling, and trading Alex Joneses. Ruby's almost dead. Like, any one of these hits can kill him. He's very close to dead now. So, the way to get into crypto, the effective way for me to get into crypto, is to start accepting Bitcoin, or Ethereum, or, like, as tips on Twitch, and then just hold that. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, Blue Harvey, are you still around? Because if so, you may be interested in some of the other weapon fights, you know, that I've gone over here. Sounds like you're not still around. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. So, this fight is going to be over very soon, and then I'm going to say GG. This is an above-average amount of post-stream bonus content for you guys, and I would like to go to bed sometime today. Oh, sorry, no Brunswick. No Brunswick today. You guys can all unsub now. Brunswick denied. Is this a Brunswick denial hype? Oh, we're almost at a 24-hour stream. 10 minutes and we've got a 24-hour stream. Pa-pa-da. Pa-da-da. Oh, so, lubrication. You're still here. If you wanted to rearrange things, so there's some more financial stuff I could push if you were interested. See if you're here or not. Are you interested in financial stuff that could be pushed by a dragon pertaining to money? No, it doesn't look like it. GG. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you came back. So... here, I get to post links, because it's my channel. So this is an early retirement blog. Hopefully this... Okay, so Sasuke, that's how you get decapitated. Okay, so I'm gonna have to... I'll have to, like, Google it. Hopefully it didn't die. Okay, so let's try it with an HTTPS. It works better with an HTTPS. Okay, we're missing a C. So this is an early retirement blog. And basically, if you get into this, yeah, it works way better if spelled correctly. And because it's an early retirement blog, he doesn't waste money on, like, buying all the domain name variations of his actual domain name. This could be considered reasonable financial advice for getting into a position where you are able to, like, travel the world to follow, you know, bands and go to concerts. Or retire early if you wanted to do that instead. Or both. In moderation. Or, like, semi-retire early and become a Twitch streamer. My wife and I met at Catatonia and My Dying Bride. We are both Doomsters. We are into Doom metal. Basically, My Dying Bride, Paradise Lost, Catatonia, and Anathema. So GG. So that's Ruby Weapon. Okay, so I'm gonna go to bed soon. Gotta plug the controller back in. Does it work from my experience? Yes, of course. If you spend way less than you earn, then you end up having money to be able to do things that you actually want to do. Do you remember earlier when I said that I don't have a smartphone? That wasn't a joke.